5 minutes to an hour for police to get out there. So nobody ever called the police or anything.
Sure.
It didn't happen. So I said, Nora, can you drive around? Because she was driving. Or at least from their house to ours. Can you come around, just pull in the front driveway. When you pull up, I'm going to run out there and get the gun from you. Somebody's in the house. Okay. So I sat there on the porch, kind of watching through the windows into the back to make sure that door never opened. And she pulls up, and I ran out there, grabbed the gun, came back. She came with me with a flashlight. And I said, let's see what we can find. So I got the gun ready, right? It's going to do a lot of damage. It's 22. Short. And so the door's still closed to the hallway. I go up to the door. Better come out, I got a gun. I'm sure they were terrified. And Nora's got the flashlight, and said, let's go. We go upstairs, and I mean, we check. We used to play hide and seek up there all the time. Sure. We know where every hiding place is. There is no one up there. None of the windows are open. I make sure everything's secured. Lock everything. We come downstairs. I'll lock the door to the, because we've got a little nail you can drop in the door there to going into the stairway. I locked it. We went and checked the entire downstairs. There is nobody in there. Somehow they got out when I went and got the gun. They got out. Okay. So the whole house is locked. Nora lets me keep the gun and the flashlight. I walk her out to the car, come back in, lock the front door. Now everything's secured. I went to sleep, gun by my side. I woke up the next morning and something just did not feel right. Got up, I'm thinking about it. Can't be anybody in the house. We chased them out, you know. Locked the house good. I stepped out of the safe room, and the doors to the hallway, to the back of the house and the front are wide open. I look in the living room, the doors to the living room, the doors to the kitchen, all wide open. Every door to the house is wide open. And I'm just like, okay, that's it. That was the last night I haven't stayed in that house.
Wow, really?
And what was so weird about that is when I explained that to Mom, she said, sounds like what happened to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? When my mom and dad lived in the house after they first got married, they rented the downstairs of the house and they lived upstairs. The two of them lived upstairs. And they rented to friends the downstairs part of the house. And they were friends. And Mom and the woman used to sit in the kitchen, which is the back of the house. They used to sit there waiting for the men folk to come in from their jobs. Mm-hmm. And Dad was often the first one home. They heard a car pull up in the gravel driveway. They didn't think anything of it. Front door opens. My mom says, honey, you want some coffee? Nothing. She's like, well, it must have been a bad day at work or something, you know. Didn't want to talk. So the two of them are still talking, and the door to the internal stairway going up, the one that I went up and fell down, they hear that door open. Honey, you want some coffee? Nothing. And they hear footsteps going up the stairs. Okay?
Really bad.
He doesn't want to talk. Doesn't want to talk. So a few minutes later, they hear the shower go on up there. And she's like, oh, I'll just bring his coffee up. So she grabs some coffee, makes it almost to the door, and my dad walks in the front door.
No, yeah.
The shower's just going off, and my dad walks in the front door. And she said her eyes must have been as big as teacups, because he's like, are you okay? And the other woman had come in the hallway about that time, thinking it was her husband coming in. And the two of them just freaked. And they went upstairs. Dad went up with them and everything. Again, nothing unlocked. Nobody had time to come down those stairs. It just turned the shower off. Went up there, water everywhere, water on the floor. Nobody up there. No windows open. Nothing. She had never told us that story. Then I'm like, I'm really glad I left Mount Hope. It was time to leave Mount Hope.
And what ghosts do you think it were? Like whether people
We
have
have
died there
no
or.
clue. There's been no record. Nobody else, to our knowledge, has experienced anything like it.
Dang.
But, you know,
It's awesome, yeah.
it's crazy, that's for sure. Jerry, did you get some?
They,
No, I don't want it.
I do remember that cartoon on Saturday morning, Casper. He was from Baton Rouge.
Casper the Cajun Ghost? Yeah, I remember that one.
Casper the Cajun Ghost.
That's awesome.
Me and Jim tried to, well, we did spend the night in the Myrtles. It's a really famous